on the national stage in solidarity with states, civil societies and churches, all because of your indomitable will, leadership and strength towards this noble cause. With such achievements and personal qualities, we can only endorse the acclaimed decision of the Oxford City Council to award Wenda the well-deserved recognition of the Freedom of the City Honorary Award for 2019. Thank you.
I'd now like to ask one of our MPs, Andy Scott, to the stage to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor, and it's a pleasure to follow on from His Excellency, and an absolutely enormous privilege and pleasure to be here as we confer the freedom of our city to Benny Wenda. And I must say that Benny really is one of our most remarkable citizens in so many ways. The experience that Benny went through before he came to our city would have broken many people. And yet he came here with his family, continued that activism, redoubled it, and now we see his message being taken up not just in the Westminster Parliament, but also amongst parliamentarians right across the world. And I'm so delighted to see many people from other countries here who now also have signed up to support West Papuan independence. I'm very, very pleased that they're here now. I was absolutely delighted to be present when we were able to take that petition with 1.8 million signatures into Westminster. It's a huge petition. It has to be carried by Ben in an enormous bag on rollers to actually show the UK government quite how many people are concerned about this issue, and how many people in West Papua are prepared to risk their safety in order to express their view about the need for independence. And I'm very, very pleased that we have here Alex MP, who's the chair of the APPG for West Papua, who helped to engineer some of those meetings. Benny, your story, I think, has inspired huge numbers of people in our city and beyond it. And as was already mentioned, one of them was my predecessor, Andrew Smith, and he's sorry that he can't be here today, but he asked me to say a couple of sentences on his behalf of warmest congratulations and good wishes to Benny and his family, and everyone who has campaigned, and I think that's just about everyone here in the audience. All solidarity and support, Benny, so the world puts right this injustice and self-determination for the people of West Papua is achieved. And I just want to end by saying that we in Oxford are very privileged. Because of Benny, we have a window to West Papua, and not many people are able to see what's happening there because of the ban on media coverage and because of the ban on journalists. We can look through that window, but we also have a responsibility, because we can look through it, to act on what we see, inspired by the example of Benny, who, as I said, I'm absolutely delighted now has the freedom of our city. Thank you.
As has been said by many people, we've received so many messages for councillors' inbox, and certainly mine, I expect the others, have been bombarded with messages of support that come either via the campaign office, the Benny's office, or directly to us, or through the Lord Mayor's office. But we felt that it was worth trying to introduce a couple of those into this part of the proceedings, and although, as I said, some of them will also be conveyed later on. So, Councillor J.J. Jafari has very kindly agreed
Chairman, I'll be reading the question of support from Jeremy Corbyn, leader of the Labour Party, and Caroline Lucas, MP for Brighton Pavilion and former Green Party co-leader. Jeremy Corbyn, I regret that I'm not able to be here today to congratulate Benny in person on receiving this prestigious and well-deserved award. Benny, many congratulations to you. I've had the privilege of knowing Benny for a long time and have always deeply admired the great passion and spirit with which he has spoken up for the people of West Papua. He has been a tireless campaigner for the West Papuan people's rights to self-determination, earning international recognition for his advocacy and skilled diplomacy. Benny's commitment to their struggle has been unfaltering, and I am pleased that his enormous contribution has today been recognised with this honour of the freedom of the City of Oxford. It is particularly fitting to be given by the city where he has lived as a political refugee for many years. My late brother died in Lae in Papua New Guinea after having lived there for some years. I developed a special affection for the island on my visit, for its history and, of course, its natural beauty. Being rich in natural resources, the island of Papua has inevitably attracted the interest of the mining industry, and sadly, decades of mineral extraction and exploitation have caused untold damage to the island and its people. Benny deserves recognition for his tremendous support for West Papua's environmental sustainability and the rights of its people who depend upon it. Congratulations to Benny and Oxford. And Caroline Lucas, I am absolutely delighted that Benny Wenda has been granted freedom of the City of Oxford. I've had the privilege of knowing Benny and his family for over 20 years and used to represent them when I was a member of the European Parliament. He is a passionate, courageous and charismatic campaigner for freedom and justice for West Papua. He unstintingly speaks truth to power despite considerable risk to himself and his family, and has done a vast amount to raise awareness of the treatment of his people by the Indonesian authorities and army. Oxford has always given a warm welcome to Benny, and I am sure the city will be proud he chose to make it his home and that this honour has been bestowed upon him. And from me, a first-generation immigrant, daughter of someone who also escaped persecution, to you, a massive congratulations. Thank you.
So, we were meant to have at this point George Monbiot speaking, and I had a message to be slightly delayed. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead to make the award to Benny, and then we'll have to hear from Benny. And then if George does turn up, which we usually will, then we'll either hear from him later or in the reception. So that's what I'm expecting to do with that. Now, formally, I'd like to invite to the stage Benny to accept your framed certificate of award. So, thank you, Benny.
Your Excellency, Honorable Member of Parliament, Lord Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is a true honor to be with you all here today. May I begin by greeting you all on behalf of my people, a traditional language, wa, 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 wa. When I was a small boy, just about 5 years old, the Indonesian military bombed my village, killing family members in front of my eyes. I grew up in the jungle for almost 5 years. I saw many of my young friends die